Let us start the class. Before I say the topic, let me give some clues. You try to find the topic. Okay, the first clue. It is the basic need of our life. Can anyone guess? Water? No. Shelter? No. Okay, let me give the second clue. It gives energy to our body. Yes, it is food. The topic is food. So food is the basic need of our life. It gives energy to our body. It gives nutrients to our body. In this chapter, we will study about the food items, types of food items, methods of cooking, cooking vessels, food wastage and food preservation. Okay, first food. So where do we get food? From where we are getting food? We get food from plants and animals. Let us start with an activity. I have few cards in my hand and I have two baskets too. So this basket is for food obtained from plants and this one food obtained from animals. So brinjal, we get brinjal from plants. So in this basket. Butter, we get butter from animals. Onion, from plants. Meat, from animal. Carrot, from plants. Based on this activity, we can say that we depend on plants and animals for our food. All the food cannot be eaten raw. Few of them need to be cooked. Okay, so based on this activity, we can say that we have two types of food. First one is raw food, second one is cooked food. What is raw food? The food that we eat directly without cooking is called raw food. The food that we eat directly without cooking is called raw food. What are the examples? The examples are vegetables, fruits, tubers, nuts and some pulses too. Okay, so before we eat a raw food, we should clean it with a fresh water and then we have to eat. Okay, the next type is cooked food. All the food items cannot be eaten raw. Most of them need to be cooked. So what is cooking? It is a method of processing food materials using heat. It is a method of processing food materials using heat. Okay, that is cooking. What are the examples for cooking? Cooked food? Yes, sambar, idli, rice, dosa, etc. Okay. Now a question rises in our mind. What is the question? Why should we cook food? What are the advantages of cooking food? So we have four advantages. So the first one, the cooked food is digested easily. When you take cooked food, the food is digested in our body easily. Second one, cooking kills the germs. When you take raw food, there are some microorganisms. Okay, so those are killed when you cook. Third one, it adds flavor and taste to food. It adds flavor and taste to food. Okay, and the last one is it softens the food materials. Okay, so if you, before cooking, if you see the potato will be very hard. When you cook, the potato becomes soft. So these are the four advantages of cooking. The first one is it is digested easily. Second one, it softens the food materials. Third one, it kills the germs. And fourth one, it adds flavor and taste to food items. Any doubt in that? Okay. So next topic is cooking methods. See children, see here I have a menu card in my hand. Do you all know menu card? Yes. Do you see the food items present in the menu card? Yes. Idli, dosa, rava, pongal, puri, idiyappam. Okay. Children, do you think that all these food items were prepared in the same method? No, definitely not. So each and every food were processed using different methods. So now we are going to see the types of cooking methods. So there are 5 types of cooking methods. What are the 5 types of cooking methods? Boiling, steaming, pressure cooking, roasting and drying. Repeat, boiling, steaming, pressure cooking, roasting and drying. Okay, first let me see. What is boiling? It is the method of cooking food with the help of a boiling water. It is the method of cooking food in boiling water. What are the examples? Rice and egg. Have you seen your mother preparing rice? Yes, she'll take raw rice and then she'll put it on the boiling water and the rice becomes soft. Cooked rice becomes soft. So that is what? Boiling. Okay, the second type of cooking method is steaming. It is the method of cooking food with the help of steam. It is a method of cooking food with the help of steam. What are the examples? Yes, the examples are idli, idiyappam. Third one, what is pressure cooking? Okay, so the pressure cooking is nothing but it is a method of cooking food in a pressure cooker. What are the examples? rice, dal. Okay, fourth one is roasting. It is the method of cooking food in an open pan or a tawa. Okay, without using any lid. Okay, so that is what roasting. What are the examples of roasting? Groundnut and cashew nuts. Okay, the last one is drying. It is the method of cooking food in oil. It is the method of cooking food in oil. Example, chips, puri. Okay, so now what are the 5 types of cooking methods? Boiling, steaming, pressure cooking, roasting and drying. The next topic is cooking habits. So when you prepare food, there are some clean habits. Okay, so that to be followed. So what are the habits? First one, before cooking you should wash your hands with soap. Before cooking you should wash your hands with soap. Second one, before cooking you should wash the vegetables or fruits and knives and vessels with a clean water. That is the second one. Third one, we should not use the same oil many times. We should not use the same oil many times. Fourth one, we should not cook the food for a long time. We should not cook the food for a long time. And fifth one, before using the food, you should check its expiry date. It will be on the cover. The next topic is cooking utensils. The cooking vessels are in different shapes and different sizes. Say a specific type of vessel is used for each type of cooking. Earlier, clay pots were used. Nowadays, we are using aluminium and stainless steel vessels. The next one, cooking in a clay pot. Cooking in a clay pot. When you cook in a clay pot, it is well suited for all types of cooking. It improves the quality and taste of the food. It retains nutrients within it and it prevents the food from burning too. So there are some benefits of clay pot cooking. Let us see the benefits. The first one is easy to digest. When you cook in a clay pot, the food that we eat is digested easily. Second one, it needs only less oil to cook. Third one, it keeps the food warm. Fourth one, preserves the nutrients. So when you cook in a clay pot, the nutrients are well preserved. Next one is it adds flavor to the food. The last one is it neutralizes the acidic property because there is an alkaline property in the clay pot. When you cook food in the clay pot, it neutralizes the acidic property. So after you eat food which is cooked in the clay pot, we will not get gastric troubles, acidity and all. Okay, so the next topic is mealtime hygiene. What is mealtime hygiene? When you take food, the way of taking food that should not disturb your body. Okay, that is mealtime hygiene. There are some hygienic ways to avoid diseases. Okay, what are the hygienic ways? First one, always cover food from dust and insects. Okay, so that's why whenever you take food, that should be covered. Second one, avoid taking food that is too hot or too cold. Okay, that is ice creams or very hot milk or hot water, that all to be avoided. Next one, eat fresh food always. Always we have to eat fresh foods. We should not prefer some packed items, canned items, tinned items or. The next one is avoid fast fried items. Okay, that is fried items, chips, burger, pizza, this all to be avoided. Lastly, wash your hands with soap before and after eating. Whenever you take food, before and after eating, you have to wash your hands. These are the hygienic ways to avoid disease. What is the first one? Always cover food. Second one, avoid taking food that is too hot or too cold. Third one, eat only fresh food. Fourth one, avoid fried items. And the last one is wash your hands with soap before and after eating. The next topic is food during illness. When you are sick, what type of food your mother serves you? Yes, idli, porridge, yes. Okay, so when we are sick, we should not take food items which is fried in oil. That will be heavy. Okay, so what type of food can be taken? You should take energy giving food and easily digestible food. Here are some energy giving food. Okay, so during illness, you have to take porridge of rice or cereals, fruit juice, tender coconut, steamed foods like idli or idiyappam. Next, we'll go for the next topic. Next topic is food wastage. We should not waste food. The food that is not eaten is called leftover food. The leftover food is discarded as waste. So, we should not waste food. Here are few ways to reduce food wastage. The first one is take what you eat and eat what you take. Okay, how much you are able to eat, take only that much amount of food. Okay, second one is give the excess food to hungry animals. If the food is waste, if you feel like cannot complete. Give the food to the animals, hungry animals. Third one, share the excess food. Always excess food to be shared. You should not throw it in the dustbin. Okay, if people are hungry or animals are hungry, you have to share the food to them. These are the ways to reduce food wastage. The next topic is food preservation. Food preservation. So here in food preservation we have 4 types of methods. The first type is pickling, second one is refrigerating, third one drying, and the fourth one is canning. Pickling. What is pickling? So mixing the fruits or vegetables with oil and salt is called as pickling. You all know pickles, right? Okay, so second one is refrigerating. Refrigerating is just to protect to keep the fruits or vegetables inside the refrigerator to preserve them for a short time. That is refrigerating. Okay, third one, drying. Okay, so to just extract the water content from the food is called drying. To remove the water content in the food is called drying. Example, red chilies, dried fish, etc. Okay, and the last one is canning. Okay, so canning is nothing but storing the food in a container, storing the food items in a airtight closed container. So that is what canning. Example, jam, fruit jams all. Okay, so any doubt in this? So these are the 4 types of food preservation. So pickling, refrigerating, drying, and canning. Okay, so next we'll have a small activity. Okay, here I have a chart. Okay, so I have fresh fruits, samosa, nuts, pani puri, vegetable salad, burger, and milk. Okay, so we are going to find which is a healthy food and which are unhealthy foods. Okay, for healthy foods we will give a tick mark. Okay, and then for unhealthy foods we will put a cross. Okay, so fresh fruits. Fresh fruit is healthy or unhealthy? It is a healthy food. So let me give a tick here. Fresh fruit is healthy. Next one, samosa. Samosa is a fast food, junk food. So that is unhealthy to our body. Third one is nuts. Cashew nuts, groundnuts. These are all healthy to our body. So it comes under the category healthy foods. Next one, pani puri. Pani puri is a junk food again. It is harmful to our body. Next one, vegetable salad. Okay, it is also a healthy food. So that is a tick mark. Burger. It is a fast food. It is unhealthy to our body. The last one is milk. Milk is healthy to our body. Okay, so from this, fresh fruits, nuts, vegetable salad, milk are healthy to our body, and then samosa, pani puri, burger, these are all junk foods that is unhealthy to our body. So in this lesson we came across many topics. What are the food items? What are the types of food items? What are the methods of cooking? We have 5 methods of cooking. What are the 5 methods? Boiling, steaming, pressure cooking, roasting, and frying. And then we came across different types of utensils. Okay, what are the utensils used? Stainless steel and aluminum utensils are used. And we came across cooking in a clay pot and its benefits. Next we came for a topic called mealtime hygiene. Okay, what are the methods to be followed during mealtime? Okay, and next one is food during illness, food wastage, and food preservation. Thank you.